carriage and content will always be there. Without content, whether it be a stage, a proscenium stage, where a content that is a theatre actor comes and conveys his message, that will always be there. What medium would be used will also be going on changing. Question is the receiver, the human receiver. That is where the problem is. I have my teasing sessions with Dixit, and he gets very serious about it, not realizing that I provoke people just for the heck of it. The best way of creativity is through chaos. And chaotic construction is far better than going along the fixed book, the real line. So I often tease him by saying that you are taking, in the scene of Delhi, you are taking water tankers, reaching water tankers to a dry village. And you're wondering why people are not coming with buckets. Because you forgot to see that all persons have taps at home now. If people have taps at home, they won't come and rush to your tanker with the same enthusiasm they did 20 years ago. Am I getting your point? I hope you're getting it. So the point now is the third C, connectivity. Content, carriage, perfect. What about connectivity? That is where the game is going to be. As I stand before you, 4G has started. And we will always go on comparing the advantages of broadcast transmission over telecom transmission, saying that wo to traffic jam ho jaye. Are bhai hone to do. Let me see traffic jams first. So the fact remains that with 4G and 5G knocking at our door, and if the colossal corporate decides to slash fees, charges, where do you stand? Will the entire DVB T2 exercise be one in redundancy? I'm asking you questions. I'm leaving them with question marks. I'm not, because you are the ones who do the answer. I'm here only as a helicopter going over the whole issue. My helicopter does not land into reality. It has to take an overview, that's all. So with 4G and 5G coming up, and streaming has already started, what about the receivers? Who are the receivers? While I do admit the receivers in the case of DRM have been a perennial problem and will continue to be a problem, nobody can find a solution. Because if anybody could find a solution, Bhagirath Place would be the first place. The ingenuity of Bhagirath Place is far superior to that of Taiwan and other places. Jugaad, being the mantra of India, would have found a solution by now, and that was DRM Consortium's gamble, that if we flood India with supply, demand would be magnetically drawn. It didn't happen. It may not happen in the lifetime of most of us, working lifetime of most of us who are in this room. But I don't want to get into DRM now. Question is, where do we stand where receivers are concerned? Well, the basic receiver would be the smartphone. The basic instrument would be the smartphone. As I stand before you today, our estimate is 200 million smartphones by this year. The Guardian of London has predicted 225 million. We have been conservatively estimating at 170 million. The answer will be in around 200 million smartphones and tablets. 200 million smartphones and tablets is more than the population of several European countries put together, including where Mr. Zivert functions. The last mile connectivity. How do I get into this instrument? Whether we're going for an embedded chip or whether it's an apps or an automatic show. Now here, we have to go in for strategizing. When I looked upon the engineering plan, I had certain comments. And my division was certainly not pleased with it. They had got so used to CEOs not even looking at those papers before signing, or DGs completely blasé, blissful about technology and technology master plans, that they found questions to be an irritant. The questioning that I'm doing is for your sake, God's sake. I'm not a supplier's agent. I never had the reputation of 40 years. I'm not talking to you as somebody who's wedded somebody who knows a very little and gets prejudiced very fast. I'm talking to you with the senility of 40 years in this service. So here the first question that comes up is when DVB T2 is being installed, the first bunch of 39, I think, no? 23 that's coming in. And then the next lot comes, and the next lot comes, and finally we'll end up with 630 and wipe off analog terrestrial altogether. First calculation was I divided the progress, I divided the number of the progress and found that at this rate it will take us 63 years. It will take us 63 years to do 630 transmitters, digital transmitters. The world is moving so fast that I don't know what's going to happen next year. I don't know what's going to happen when the 4G and 5G competitors come in the market. The first is to convince the ministry that you cannot give one antibiotic a day and expect us to respond. Now, this one antibiotic a day is more than useless. It actually spoils the system. So first is how do you compress it? How do you bring it forward, assuming that it succeeds? So we are working on compression. We are working on zipping the time period. Now the next question comes, is supposing I put all my money on Queenie Ghoda, how do I know it's going to win? Because after all, we put in the philosophy of having 1 tower a day. 1 tower a day. That became our motto. And now we have with us 1,900 towers. And in most cases, we don't know what to do with them.